Okay, mic check 1 2 1 2. We'll get started shortly. Welcome everybody. Good evening. You are joining us through the school website. You can also click on the live YouTube video link to open it up on the YouTube page. And see there's a nice little chat feature. I'll be putting in links as we go along as they are referred to on the screen. But first off, please make sure that you sign in using the link that is flashing on the screen. Let us know that you're here.
Good evening, seniors. We're happy to have you here with us for our senior night, and so that we can learn a little bit more about where we stand as far as graduation and how many credits that we have accumulated thus far. While you're here, we want to make sure that you get a chance to schedule a time to talk to your counselors, and we can see and prepare for our upcoming future. We only have a few more days left of school, so definitely let's do our very best as we move forward and graduate from high school. Have a great evening.
Good evening, Adam Smasher family, and welcome to Curriculum Night. My name is Terry Kaiser, and I will be your virtual MC for tonight's event. This is our final parent curriculum night of the school year, and as such, it is geared towards our seniors so that we can make sure that they have all the information that they need so that they can make it across the stage, whether it is virtual or a real stage, in May. There will be some additional information for our underclassmen, and that information is going to be at the beginning of the meeting so that you can then go and meet with your teachers. Then we'll have a section just for the seniors. So let me recap the agenda real quick just so you know what's coming down the line. First, we'll have some quick messages for everybody. Then we'll have IB career program information with Mr. Bilterman, and that is mainly for our rising juniors, but also good information to have for our freshmen and sophomores. Then we'll have a short message from the Savannah State University Upward Bound program. That's good for everyone. Then we'll move into our senior section, which is some information from Miss Williams, some information about the yearbook from myself, and then a nice video from my alma mater, Georgia Southern University. Lastly, we'll have information about our graduation requirements, and that will be a looping slideshow. There's no audio that goes along with it, so that you can spend that time speaking with your teachers and counselors who will be available to meet virtually at that point. And then, of course, we're going to wrap it up at 7 o'clock. So moving on to the quick messages. First of all, please make sure that you sign in using the link on the screen. I'll also put it in the YouTube chat, and it is on our page if you're on the Johnson High School webpage. Next, a quick refresher for those of you who have chosen to come back to the school starting on Monday the 22nd. Remember that you do need to be dropped off and picked up at the bus ramp, where you'll be checked in by faculty and staff waiting out there each morning. Be sure to have your phone handy so that you can scan the QR code that you need to answer before entering the building. Next, students grades 9 through 11, you need to pre-register for your courses for next year. That link is on the screen. It'll also be in the YouTube chat and in the description as well. If you're not sure about what to sign up or what to do, you can always reach out to your counselor, and they're happy to walk you through the process. Speaking of our counselors, they're doing an awesome job of making sure that all of our students have the information that they need about preparing for college. They've got a couple of sessions coming up for completing the financial aid application, and students who are interested in pursuing dual enrollment, so taking college courses while you're in high school, they've got some information about that as well. For more information, you can contact your counselor or check out the SCCPSS Counselors YouTube page, where they've got a lot of great videos there. After the Georgia Southern University video, we're going to move to that looping presentation that I mentioned earlier, and during that time you are welcome to meet with your teachers or counselors. There's links on the screen and again in the description below with information on how to contact your teacher through their virtual meeting rooms. I will say please try to limit your conversations to 10 minutes tonight so that teachers have plenty of time to speak to everyone, and be aware that when you're joining their virtual meeting, if they have someone in the room already, they're going to try to wrap up that conversation first, and then they'll let you into the room. That way we can keep the conversations private. And just one final thing before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you for being here. This has been an incredibly difficult year for everyone, and I'm just so proud of all of the work that's being done by students, by teachers, by parents, by our faculty and staff, supporting our students, making sure that they're able to get the education that they need. It's been a weird year, but I am proud to be an Atom Smasher today and always, because of the great work that we're seeing happening here at Johnson High School. So before I get too mushy, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bilterman for our IB Career Program presentation, and then I'll talk to you guys again later.
Good evening. My name is Mr. Bilterman, and I am very honored that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to learn more about an opportunity that your child can take advantage of at Johnson High School called the IB Career Related Program. So what I'm going to do is just take a couple of minutes to go over what this program is, explain kind of the nuts and bolts of it, and then explain how you can learn more and how you can sign your child up if you'd like. So just to start, the program is it's a program that starts in 11th grade. So if you're the parent of a child in 9th and 10th grade, you have the opportunity to sign your child up for this program. If you're the parent of a child in 11th and 12th grade, you do not, because unfortunately the program started in 11th grade at the very beginning of the year, and students can't jump into it mid-ship. They got to kind of start at the beginning of the 11th grade. So just the nuts and bolts of the program. So we've had the International Baccalaureate or IB program at Johnson High School for 21 years. We added an aspect to the program called the IB Career Related Program a few years back. And the idea was we wanted to make sure that the program was available to everybody at the school, not just the students who applied for admission coming out of 8th grade to be in what's called the IB Diploma Program. So the IB Career Related Program is for any student at Johnson, regardless of their situation. we want them to have the opportunity to benefit from the fact that Johnson is part of this international baccalaureate curriculum. We're one of about 4,000 schools all over the world that has this program. So what the career-related program is specifically is students in the 11th grade, and this slide up here sort of explains it. They take two what are called diploma program courses. So two courses taught at the IB level that they take in 11th grade and in 12th grade, right? So every student at Johnson, regardless of whether they're in IB or not, has to get credit for two English courses in the 11th and 12th grade in order to graduate. They have to have 4 English credits to graduate. IB English, Lang, and Lit is a 2-year-long course that can fulfill the state graduation requirements for those two English classes that students take. So if students do not take the IB career program, they still have to take American Lit in 11th grade and British Lit in 12th grade is typically what students do. However, students in the career program don't take those courses, and instead they take 2 different English classes called IB English, Lang, and Lit, year 1 in 11th grade and year 2 in 12th grade. So that's one of the courses that they take, and it's taught over a 2-year period. So actually they're getting 2 credits for that one course that they're taking over a 2-year period, right? And then secondly, the second course they take, which again is actually 2 courses at year 1 and year 2, is they choose from either IB art, dance, film, or psychology, all of which are really fun, interesting classes, and the students can pick which one of those they want. So they take those 2 subjects, right, over a 2-year period. And the advantages of those subjects are they can get college credit for those courses, number 1. Number 2, it enables them to be eligible for Hope Scholarship, because unlike how it used to be with Hope Scholarship, you no longer just have to have a 3.0 GPA. You have to have a 3.0 GPA combined with a certain number of honors, AP, or IB courses. So by engaging in the IB career program, students are getting credit for 4 IB level courses, which puts them on a pathway to be able to obtain the Hope Scholarship, which is a big deal, which pays for a good portion of college tuition if you're a student who wants to go to college at a public school in Georgia, right? So that's one aspect of the career-related program. Another aspect of it is they take a course called IB Personal and Professional Skills, which helps get them ready for life after high school, whether that's in a career, a tech school, college, the military, whatever. Helps them with resume writing, helps them, develop their interviewing skills. So they learn about how to interview when they're doing an interview for a job or for a college placement or whatever. So it just gives them practical skills that help them prepare for life after high school. It's a very good course. The students take it in 11th grade and also in 12th grade. All right, that also is a 2-year-long course. Third, they complete what's called language development, which students have to do that anyways. They have to take a certain number of foreign languages anyways, and the foreign languages they have to take for their state graduation requirement can meet the needs for the language development component of the program. They complete a service learning aspect to it. Students already have to do a certain number of community service hours anyways. The career program just tries to focus that more on something that they're specifically interested in. They complete what's called a reflective project, which is a project that they kind of find anything that they're interested in, and we have a rubric that has been created by the IB program to help guide them towards presenting what they learn in an organized manner. That can be in a PowerPoint, that can be in a film, that can be in an essay, that can be in any different variety of mediums, a podcast, whatever. We just want them to organize their thoughts about something they're interested in, present it, find resources about it, etc. That's called a reflective project. Students are reflecting on something that they've learned about that they're interested in. And then finally, they complete a career-related pathway. Our students have to do that anyway. So regardless of whether you're in the career program or not, you have to do a career-related pathway. So a lot of these things students have to do anyways. So the idea is to prepare students for life after high school. I'm not going to read through all of this, but the idea is that they come out of high school with strong academic skills, having some knowledge and skill in a practical field through the career-related studies, and also potentially through the art, film, dance, psychology class. They develop some practical skills in those classes as well that can prepare them for a career after high school. We want them to be critical and ethical thinkers, that we want them to be self-directed, work with others in a collaborative way, which they do in their IB courses. They have to do that in their IB classes. That they're resilient, determined, confident and assured, caring, reflective, and inquirers. The curriculum is structured so that students leave high school with those attributes. The pathway options, I went over the IB courses they take, the pathway options they have, which again, they have to take whether they're an IB career or not, are financial services, audio, video, broadcasting, NJROTC, entrepreneurship, sports, entertainment, marketing, and food and nutrition. If you are interested in this program, I could go into a lot more details about this, but we didn't want to use too much of your time tonight. You can contact me by using that email address, johnsonib@sccps.com. And you can also check out this video about the career program. It's only about 2 or 3 minutes long. And I will make sure I put that in the chat room right now so you have access to that, and just click on that link. So it's in the chat. And we need to know if your child is interested. Again, if you have a 9th or 10th grader that's interested, we'd like to know by March 5th. For 9th graders, that would enable us to make sure we create their schedule next year. So they have a few honors classes in 10th grade to prepare them for the career program in 11th grade. If your child's in 10th grade, that will enable us to go through their schedule and make sure we schedule them and put them in the 2 IB classes, make sure they have their career-related pathway nailed down, and make sure they're in that IB personal and professional skills class next year. So we just need to know that sooner rather than later so that we can start to plan ahead for your child. So again, if you have questions, again, you can contact me at this email address, johnsonib@sccps.com. You can also call at 395-6400. I put that video in the chat link. And again, we need to know if your child is interested by March the 5th. So thank you all so much. We really appreciate you taking your time this evening. Have a great evening, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Thank you very, very much.
Greetings. We are here with Savannah State University's Upward Bound program, and we are delighted to share some of our program offerings with you all. So we're going to start with Ms. Pendergraph. And by the way, my name is Bobby Roberts, and I am the director of Savannah State University's Upward Bound program. Ms. Pendergraph.
Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Don't know what time you're watching this video. But yes, I am Ms. Pendergraph, Assistant Director of Upward Bound here at Savannah State University. We are doing this video to give you a little bit more about information about our program. We serve Beach, Groves, Jenkins, Johnson, and Savannah High Schools, looking for 9th and 10th grade students. Some of the things that we offer are life skills. Under life skills, we can provide our students with good study habits, leadership skills. We give them motivation and teach them how to motivate themselves. We give them cultural exposure, community service assistance, and community service hours, financial literacy information, and time management information. We feel that these skills will better help students prepare for life after high school and life after college.
Hello, I'm Amber Lee, Program Specialist for the Upward Bound program. And we also offer academic support, which is the bulk of what we do. We offer tutoring after school and in the summertime. We do educational workshops. We have people come in and speak to the students. We do educational field trips, take them to places so they can learn a little bit more about different fields, as well as academic advising.
Greetings, my name is Amir Green, and I'm the Administrative Assistant for Savannah State University's Upward Bound program. And we offer career exploration for our students. That includes field trips, internship, partnerships, professional presentations, and work study.
Greetings, I'm Teresa Johnson, Program Specialist for the program. We offer college support, which includes campus visits. We take our students to visit different colleges to see how campus life is, as well as the residential life. We offer financial literacy. Which means we help them with their FAFSA once they're a senior, to bridge them over with the smooth sailing into college. Application support, we help them fill out college applications as well as send off fee waivers for them and offer summer college courses.
And these are just some of the things that we offer. We couldn't list them all, but definitely aligning with a program such as Upward Bound, we can definitely assist you with preparing for life after college, because that's our goal, is to have you connect to college and graduate college.
Well, thank you so much for listening to our presentation today. If you feel that you want your student to join our program, we can be reached at 912-358-3477. That is our main line. Our email address is just upwardbound@savannahstate.edu. And you can also get this information from the guidance counselor.
Hi, and congratulations to the students and the parents of the class of 2021. I'm Ms. Williams, your senior class advisor. As we approach the end of your senior year, there are a few things I would like to share with you. The information that I'm about to share is located on our senior website, scjseniors.weebly.com. I will provide this information again at the end of this presentation. So let's get started. Our homepage displays the names of key individuals who can assist with all things senior. In addition, it provides the code to join the Senior Remind so that you will not miss out on important information. The Graduation tab provides information about the ceremony and regalia. As of now, we're exploring the possibility of an in-person graduation with limitations to be held during the week of May 17th. This tab will be updated as information becomes available. On the Grad tab, you will find all the information that you will need to purchase senior paraphernalia and, of course, your cap and gown. If you have not done so, please order your cap and gown as soon as possible to avoid any late fees. Payments can be made directly to Herff Jones for these items. We will have a senior drive-through to distribute all announcement and cap and gown orders during the months of April and May. The deadline for senior dues is April 16th. The cost is $125. This includes the diploma cover, yearbook, t-shirt, graduation mask, senior giveaways, and ceremony essentials. If you need financial assistance, please email me directly at anitra.williams@sccpss.com. My email address is also located on the home page of the website. Payments will only be accepted through the School Cash Online portal. The senior dues do not include the cap and gown. Other tabs on this website that may be of interest to you is the Senior Portrait and Yearbook, Guidance, and Scholarship tabs. I hope that this information is helpful as you prepare for your final days as an SCJ senior.
Good evening, Adam Smashers. My name is Terry Kaiser, and I am the Yearbook Advisor, and I hate that rhymes. I can't get around it. I've got a couple of announcements for you seniors out there, a couple of things regarding the yearbook and pictures. First is that cap and gown portraits are happening on March the 1st, and you need to schedule ahead of time if you want that photo taken. There's not going to be any makeups. It's just that one time. You don't need your own cap and gown for those portraits. I have some that I will be routinely sanitizing on that day so that you can use those. They don't go in the yearbook. They are just for you and your parents and grandparents and family and friends, anybody that you want to invite or send out graduation announcements. You can insert a little cap and gown photo there as well as a little keepsake. It's pretty cool. So that's on March 1st. There's a link on the screen for you to register or schedule ahead of time those portraits. Next is that the yearbook is on sale, and it is only $80 for you freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. You can order it using the link on the screen directly through Herff Jones. This, of course, is last year's yearbook. I'm not going to get this yearbook until we finish it, and it is printed in May or April. Seniors, you need to order your yearbook through School Cash Online. by paying your senior dues. That $125 includes that yearbook. Also, seniors, all of the seniors, even if you're not planning on getting a yearbook, whatever, I want to make sure that you are included in the book. I'm going to get everybody's name for certain, but I also want more information about you. What is your senior story? I've got a link on the screen here for you to tell us your senior story. This is taking the place of the typical quote that we would put in. It's going to go next to your picture in the book, and it's just some information about what you did while you were here, how you grew, advice that you might have for freshmen, and a couple of other fun questions. So please fill that out so that we've got something next to your name in the yearbook. And one more thing that I forgot, we are going to try to do a virtual senior class photo, so keep an eye out on your student email for the information about that. I've got another link on the screen for all of the senior forms and surveys that we've been working on throughout the year. So please check that out and just shoot me an email if you have any questions or need help finding anything. I hope you guys stay safe, happy, and healthy. And I look forward to seeing some of you next week on the 22nd when some of you are returning. And I'm sure we'll see you guys in graduation whenever that is. Take care.
Hi, my name is Devin Hodges, and I'm the coordinator of freshman recruitment here at Georgia Southern. I'm going to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about what we have to offer here at Georgia Southern and to tell you a little bit about our application process. So give me just a second and I will share my screen so you can see the presentation and we'll go through it together. So we're going to get started with just kind of a basic overview of what we have to offer on each campus. So I know y'all are local, you're probably pretty familiar with the 3 campuses, but just in case, here's a quick breakdown. So Statesboro is our largest campus. We have just under 20,000 students with an average class size of about 33 students in the class. So even though this is your largest campus, largest student body, the class sizes are still pretty small. And then all of our Division I sports teams are also housed on this campus. The town of Statesboro itself is a little bit more rural and a little bit smaller. So you can think of this as your biggest campus, but nestled in the smallest town. It's a little bit more of your traditional rural college town here in Statesboro. The Armstrong campus is a little bit smaller. So if you're looking for a smaller feel or something that honestly feels a little bit more like a private school, this is a good option for you. There's around 5,000 students at the Armstrong campus. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't been out to the Armstrong campus, I definitely recommend touring, especially because it is so close to y'all. It's about 300 acres, but it's actually a certified arboretum. So it's basically a gigantic garden. It's beautiful. Even smaller class sizes at the Armstrong campus. So about 19, 20 students in the class. So even smaller class sizes. And of course it's in Savannah. So a bigger city with 2 malls and a Target and a Chipotle and close to the beach. So a lot going on in the city of Savannah itself. You may not be as familiar with our Liberty campus. So this is in Hinesville. It's really geared towards like military, non-traditional, dual enrollment students. So it's not a residential campus. There's no on-campus housing. There's only about 500 students there. It's just one building. So it's a much smaller campus. And again, really geared towards your non-traditional student experience. It's really close to Fort Stewart. So a lot of military students utilize this campus. All right, so let's talk through our admission requirements. So for all of 2021, we are test optional at Georgia Southern. So we'll talk through what that means for you. So to apply, our application is housed through Georgia Futures. So you'll have to have a Georgia Futures account, go in and apply to Georgia Southern. And then you can either submit the $30 application fee online, or you can submit a fee waiver if you have one. You will need to have your high school transcript sent to us directly from your school. So it doesn't matter if it's sent through the mail or fax, email, however they want it is fine, as long as it's directly from school. And we'll evaluate that transcript. And if you have a 2.6 GPA or higher, we will not need test scores. So we won't need any SAT or ACT scores from you. If you have a 2.5 unweighted GPA up to a 2.9 unweighted GPA, we will need test scores to admit you. So at that point, you'd have to have either a 1030 SAT or a 20 ACT composite. So keep that in mind as you are applying, and just kind of be aware of what that set of requirements is based on your GPA. We do offer scholarships through our office here in admissions. Unfortunately, if you have not already applied for scholarships, the deadline has passed. So our scholarship deadline was February 1st. We're currently in the review process for those, but we will still accept external scholarships as well. So that's linked on our scholarship page. There are some different sites that you can apply to, like Chegg or School Soup. There's a ton of them. So if you have some time one weekend and you just want to carve out a couple of hours to type up some essays and apply to external scholarships, we're still accepting those. You can have them sent to us. And of course, we will also accept financial aid too. So if you haven't done the FAFSA yet, I encourage you to get started on that. It is kind of a lengthy process. So go ahead and get started on it if you haven't already. That is what the state will use to award any kind of federal aid, whether it's loans or Pell Grant. Even Hope Scholarship will come out of that. So if you do the FAFSA, you will not have to do the separate Hope Scholarship application. If you know that you're not qualifying for any aid and you don't plan on doing the FAFSA, do the Hope Scholarship application. You have to have one or the other on file to be considered for Hope. You won't see Hope on your account until probably July or so. It does hit your account kind of late, and that is because your high school has to send your transcript off to the Georgia Student Finance Commission, and then they report back to our financial aid office about who will be receiving Hope so it can be awarded. So you won't see that until this summer. And same for Zell, probably a similar timeline there. So if you haven't gotten started on the FAFSA, I definitely recommend going ahead and starting on that as soon as possible. And if you get stuck or if you have any questions, reach out to our financial aid office. They are the experts. And they can walk you through that. Sometimes students get flagged for verification, have to submit extra documentation. So if that happens, just reach out to financial aid and they can talk you through that. There are a couple of other things I want to share about visits. If you haven't done that yet, if you haven't been out to a campus, I know y'all are local, so you're right near campus, but you may have never actually done like a full tour. We do have daily tours Monday through Friday, but we also have events virtually. So we have what we call Eagle Previews. They're basically like a virtual open house. So if you have questions about specific majors that you might be interested in, or if you want to hear a little bit more about student life, if you want to see a virtual tour of the residence halls, there's a lot that's covered in these events. We have some coming up. We combine the Armstrong campus and State Shore campus together. So those are interchangeable. And they're coming up. There's one this month. There is one in March and then one in April. And then if you are interested in the Liberty campus, there's an open house specific to the Liberty campus in March. All right, a couple other things I want to show you on our website. Bear with me. Okay, so when you apply, it takes about 2 days for your application to be processed, 2 business days. So if you apply over the weekend, it might take a little bit longer. But once you apply, you are able to check your status online here. So you'll be able to type in your last name, date of birth, and then last 4 of your social or your Eagle ID, and you'll be able to pull up your status check page. And that's where you'll be able to monitor what we have on file, what we're missing, your decision, all of that will be on here. Okay. Hopefully you're able to see it. So this is the status check page button on our website, admissions.georgiasouthern.edu. So make sure you're able to log into this, because once you are accepted, that's going to be where you apply for orientation and where you start the housing process. So make sure you're able to log in there. And then you can read a little bit more about what our orientation process looks like here. So as an incoming freshman, when you sign up for SOAR, that's how you're going to get your class schedule. So your academic advisor will actually register you for your first semester of classes. And then one other thing I want to point out, since y'all are local, if you go on our website and type in housing, it'll take you to the housing page. And if you're thinking about exempting the first year live-on requirement, because you're local, if you're going to the Armstrong campus, you're probably within that 30-mile range to exempt housing. So if you're interested in doing that, you do have to let housing know. They're not going to just look at your address and see that you're local. So if you go on housing's website, click on where it says first year live-on requirement. And then there's a link for exemptions, and you'll have to fill out these 2 forms. One is something that you sign, and one is something that your parent signs, basically saying that you're going to be living at home. So I do want to point out those two things since y'all are close to campus. But that is all I have for you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time. My name is Devin Hodges. My phone number is 912-478-0647. And my email address is dhodges@georgiasouthern.edu. So let me know if y'all need anything, and I'm happy to help. Go Eagles.
Alrighty, our counselor presentation will start in just a few moments. Like I mentioned earlier, this is just a slideshow that will loop through several times as you are visiting your teachers and having those conversations. Now, our school counselor information is up here on the screen. Grades 10 through 12, if you have the last name A through J, you need to talk to Miss Miller. Grades 10 through 12, the last name M through Z, you need to talk to Miss Corinthian. And first-time ninth graders and grades 10 through 12, last name K through L, talk to Miss Freeman. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with their presentation. And again, please try to limit your conversations with your teachers to no more than 10 minutes so that everyone has time to have those private, in-depth conversations with their teachers. And I'll check back in close to 7 o'clock when it's time to wrap it up. Hello, hello again. It's me, that voice on an open tab on your computer that you may have forgotten about. It's just about 7 o'clock, folks, so we are going to wrap up our meetings for tonight. Don't forget to sign in if you haven't already. I will drop a link in the chat and pull it up on the screen one more time here for you. And that's it. So thank all of you for joining us this evening. I hope that you found this information useful as we head into the final weeks of what has been a truly unique school year. So please stay safe, happy, and healthy. And on behalf of the faculty and staff at Saul C. Johnson High School, we hope that you made it a great day near SCJ, where it's all about the Solomons. Good night.